So my fish aquarium is leaking. It might be leaking from the bottom, the side, the corner. Fish tanks leak. This completely sucks. Today's video, I want to walk you through why they leak, what you should do, and it gets a little scary because it's like, oh my God, my fish tank is leaking. All right, so first things first, I know it's easy to kind of freak out, but what you want to do is take a deep, deep breath because you're going to need to keep your calm and just act on this. What you want to do is try to find a replacement aquarium of the same size. And, you know, sometimes if you go to Petco, if the tank is smaller, you can tell them your scenario and say, hey, can you give me the $1 per gallon sale right now? Pretty please. I just literally went and did that. They sometimes do that. But anyways, so chances are, you know, a lot of people think, well, maybe I can fix the aquarium. And chances are, if you have a leak, you need to reseal the entire aquarium. And to do that, you need to reseal all of the silicone at once. That's just how it works. And a lot of people think, well, it's the leak is in the corner of the aquarium or the leak is at the bottom. Maybe I can just like put some silicone on the outside. And that's never how it works. You need to reseal all of this silicone on the inside because that's where the seam is that holds back all the water. So let's talk about why fish tanks leak. Number one, silicone doesn't last forever. On average, it has like a 10-year lifespan. And if it's sitting in the sun, it even has less of a lifespan. Another reason is your fish tank is not level. A lot of people mix or screw this up, and the bigger the tank, the worse off it is because the longer the span is of the glass, it puts more pressure on the seams. You know, like 10 gallons never leak, 20 gallons never leak. It always seems to be like long tanks for me. And so the reasons we talked about here, it's uneven, silicone goes bad. Another, you know, like if you're cleaning the aquarium a lot with like a razor blade or something sharp and you're kind of accidentally digging in at the silicone, that's a huge deal. A lot of people kind of just like blow that off, but this silicone seal here is literally everything that holds the water inside the glass. So it really kind of sucks. What I'm doing here in this instance, I do have fish in the tank. This is my studio. If you don't follow my regular channel, please go ahead and do so, or give this video a like or sub to this channel at least. What I'm doing is removing all the water, putting them in buckets, and I went and got a replacement tank from Petco, and they gave me the $1 per gallon sale. Shout out to Petco. I love you guys. God dang it, I just hit something. What did I kick? Anyways, so I got a replacement tank. I'm literally painting the background and I'm going to replace it. You know, if you had something larger like a 6-foot long aquarium, that might be a lot harder to replace. And these 6-foot tanks leak all the time. I hate to say it. I've had a bunch of them leak because I think when you start moving the tanks, the seals on the edges, you know, like they just kind of give. And I reseal a lot of these 6-foot long tanks. It really sucks. But do your best to get a replacement tank. A lot of people find that re-siliconing them just really isn't what they want to do. I don't re-silicone anything below like a 55-gallon tank usually because for the price of it, you can go to Petco and just buy a new one. It's that simple. So what I'm going to do is, this is really the process really kind of sucks because if you have fish in your tank and everything, it sucks. So in simple terms, what I did was broke down everything. First, you have to start with the fish, then you got to do the decorations, and then you have to do the water, and then you're going to remove the substrate. It's not a fun process, especially removing the substrate. Let me tell you, it's a messy job. And if you're OCD, it's a lot better like myself. So it's I'm super particulate on what I spill, what I move. And yeah, this can be a messy process. So beware, get some towels and expect some water to be spilt. God dang it, this really does suck after you get into it and are doing all this work. You just start recapping. You're like, man, my aquarium leaked. Is it coming out of the corner? Where is it coming from? And I gotta say, this is maybe one of like the worst things that happens in this hobby. And it's kind of like maybe my biggest setback as far as keeping fish tanks. Because people will ask you, they're like, so wait a minute. The silicone expires on my fish tank. Like, why the heck do I keep a fish tank if I have to think about the thing like leaking on me? It's crazy. But I've learned the smartest thing to do is just kind of like forget about it, move on, because you're going to just overthink it and you're going to want to like never keep fish tanks again. And that's not what we want. What we want is to continue to keep fish tanks so we don't worry about everything. We just move on and get a new tank and keep more fish. All right, guys, everything was a hot mess. If your aquarium is leaking, please let me know in the comment section. I feel for you. It sucks when our aquariums leak.